welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new, bienvenidos. If you're returning, thank you. Now in today's video, I'm gonna do something a little different. This came to me when I was just searching the web, looking how to spend my money on a new palette. And while I was searching, I came across this one palette that looked so freaking familiar. I'm pretty sure I have this palette, except it cost me $52 extra. So excuse me? I purchased it and I came home and I searched through my palettes. Lo and behold, there it was. Yes, they were exactly the same colors. I'm like, I can't wait for this palette to come in so I can see the quality of it and compare the two and share with you guys what a knockoff looks like. Now, it's not a dupe, it's not a fake, it is a knockoff. This particular brand I've never heard of, and I've only seen it on Amazon, so I'm not sure if they just do a couple palettes here or there, but I only saw two knockoffs and they were from the same brand. Maybe they just have a personal issue with this particular brand. I don't know. I did not research this brand enough or at all. I just hit purchase because I got way too excited, so I hope you guys enjoy. Now, this palette that I'm talking about, the original, is from Huda Beauty. Now, when this came out, I was so excited. It was one of my first palettes that I was so hyped about. Now, as you can see, this is Huda Beauty. This is the Rose Gold edition. It is beautiful, but they discontinued it. So, as you can see, I loved it and I was obsessed, but not enough to really use it. I never hit pan on any of them, and I think I use them more as like accent colors than anything else. I wish it was my favorite, but it wasn't. I probably use the Desert Dusk, I think it's called, a lot more. This one, I just really wanted it, so I got it. Now, it has been brought up to my attention that since it's been discontinued, she has released with the remastered version. I looked it up and it looks exactly the same. I actually looked up the colors and the entire bottom row is the same. And up to here, also the same. Just one replacement shadow on the top and 4 replacement shadows in the middle. These two are in the remastered, and these 4 have colors that look very similar. Maybe the formula has changed. Maybe it's just better. I don't know, but it does retail for $65. So yeah, Huda Beauty, $65, but it is beautiful. Now, the palette that I found on Amazon for $8 looks like this. Very similar. See that? The top rows, the middle rows, and the bottom. So similar, and for $8, I just couldn't believe it. I got so excited. I'm sure you understand why I got so excited now. As you can see, this is from UCANBE. It's called Twilight and Dusk, but I mean, you can't deny it. This is just a Huda Beauty knockoff, and I want to see how it compares because they have the other palette that I really want, but not enough to spend $65 on. So let's dig right into this. All right, guys, so I had to get a little bit closer because whether it's $65 or $8, there are no mirrors. I think she dropped the ball on that one, but hey, I believe the new remade version of Huda Beauty does now have a mirror, so maybe now it's worth the $65. Now, I'm gonna start. This eye is going to be Huda. This one's going to be UCANBE, so that way you can see the difference. But I will be using the same shades on both, so that way you can see the difference. I'm going to start by dipping into Bay. And I'm going to be making that my entire lid. Now, if you have followed me this far, you understand why I have to put a color on my lid. Spoiler alert, it's because I can't do primer. I'm still waiting for you guys to recommend which primer you use. That's bomb. Now, with the Huda, I haven't used this one for so long. I feel like it's sort of a review all on its own. It is very powdery, very talky, like. As you can see, there's really no difference. I feel like I put it on and it kind of dissipated. So that's that already. Let's dig into Sandalwood, which is right here. I'm gonna go into Sandalwood. Very soft colors, very powdery. It does not perform badly. This is a very quick application here. Okay, that blended very well. No complaints there. Next, I am going to go into Henna, which is a little bit redder. Now, I'm going to be using the same brush, but I did just discover this little sponge that helps remove the powder off of your brush in between color changes. So I got this one off of Amazon for about $5 and I really like it, so I recommend it. I'm going to go into Henna, which is this one right here. And we're just gonna go right underneath here in between the crease. Again, not mad at it. Definitely has good color. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna go back into Sandalwood a little bit just to even this out. Alright, and then I think I'm gonna go into Cocoa, which is this color right here. I'm going with a smaller brush now. Go right in here. Yeah, these colors perform very well. They are all matte on the bottom row. The middle row is, the majority of it are also matte colors. Two shimmers on the end, and the top color, or the top row, I apologize, is actually all shimmer. From what I remember, the packet it came in actually recommended that these be applied with your finger. Okay, so really, no, I can't really complain about the mattes here. They are very easy to blend and clearly very easy to remove. I wish I remembered wearing this palette more, but I don't, so I apologize. Next, let's try, why don't we go into something a little redder? What about Man-Eater? Right on the end. Yeah, let's try that one and see what happens. Okay. It is, oh, it blends beautifully into the brown. I do not remember liking this much. Maybe that's what I needed to do. Maybe I just needed to put it down and just use it again. I'm in love with this all over again. Okay, and then per usual, I'm sure you already know what is coming next. My good old cut crease. That's now officially what I do. Okay. We are good there. Let us try to use Trust Fund. Could not see it. This color right here. Now I want to try it first with a brush and see how it does, using a very small packing brush here, and I can already tell this is not going to work. It picked up a glob, and that's about it. But let's try. Let's try our finger. It is a very buttery formula. Oh, and there it is. There's the color. So this top row most definitely needs to be applied with the finger. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's use, let's see what colors I have. Maybe a little bit of Dubai here, closer to the ends. We blend that out a little bit. Very, very gold. Blending that out a little bit. A little darker than I anticipated. I'll go back in there with Trust Fund to go over it a little bit. Now, the only problem with getting in here is that I do have long hands. It's not very easy, but we're gonna try to go in with Angelic. Or should I actually? Yeah, let's do Angelic. I was gonna say Moon Dust, but I think I like Angelic more. Oh, this one feels like a different formula. I don't think I need to put this on with my finger. Let's try the brush with this one, because I do not believe it's not as buttery. It feels a little more powdery. Yeah, this one can be applied with the brush. All right, and there it is. Very simple. I'm gonna grab my brush right now, and I'm just gonna go over once more with Bay here on the top. And dip into Moon Dust a little bit, just for the brow bone. Okay, and that's the look with the actual Huda Beauty. Now let's try to go into, or use, the Knockoff UCANBE. I'm very curious about this. As you recall, I used Bay, which in this palette is called Royal, as the base. With the clean brush, I'm going in. That's the color I actually expected from the other palette, but it didn't come out that way, so at least I get it on one eye. I'm wondering if this eyelid is going to be a lot darker. I mean, this one's already far more opaque than the other one. There we go. Then we went into Sandalwood, which on this one is called Blazin', right over here. Let's clean this brush. Go into Blazin'. This one takes a little bit more working with. Pack on a little bit more on your brush than with the Huda, but the color looks very similar. Okay. We're gonna grab a smaller brush. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush, and I believe the next color that we used was Cocoa. Wait, I'm sorry, no. We used Henna, which on this one is Saffron. Saffron. I'm gonna dip into that one. Oh, it's looking very similar. These colors are blending out very well. Blending into each other. I am quite surprised. I mean, for $8. I think not only is it the fact that it was $8, but it's the fact that it's performing as well as the other one. If not, oh my goodness, what if it performs better? Next, we did dip into Cocoa, which is Cosmo in this palette. I believe we did, right? Yes, we did. And I remember we dipped into that red one, which was Man Eater, and on this one it is Turkish Delight. Let's go to Turkish Delight. See how this red. Okay, so this one's not as much on the burgundy side as it is on the fuchsia side. So it might come out a little bit brighter. Almost definitely brighter. Okay. I mean, if you're looking for red, this is definitely red. Let's grab saffron here, saffron, and try to blend that out a little bit more on the top. It does blend very well. I think the red is far more on the red side than it is on the darker side. But let's now grab our concealer, do that cut crease, and let's try to do those glitters and see how well those perform. I'm very curious to see if these also need to be applied with the finger. I wouldn't be surprised if I do not, because it is a different formula after all. They can probably copy the colors, but I don't believe they can copy the formula 100%. I could be wrong though, what do I know? I don't make makeup. Motorcycles all day in this neighborhood, and I don't understand. Here's something really quick here. Okay, we used a shade named Trust Fund on the Huda Beauty palette, and that would technically be Blood Moon in this particular palette. Now, I can already tell you it's not gonna be the same. It is more of a shimmer than it is a glitter. And it's definitely pinker. I don't think I necessarily need to apply it with my finger. Oh, most definitely do not. Now, if you remember correctly, I did dip into a darker color. I dipped into Dubai. I'm going to be dipping into Desert Sand for that, because I did put it on the end. I'm not even gonna, actually, I was gonna say I'm not gonna bother putting it with my finger, but this shade is meant for your finger. Blend that out a little bit. Okay, it's definitely less shimmery. Second layer, there it is. So then let's go back into Blood Moon and put that second layer on top. And then we ended it with Angelic on this one, which is this shade, OUD. Let's just go into it. I used my brush with the other one, and this one, the brush, has the same effect. It's not as shimmery or as pink. Let's try to layer it on, just like the other ones. Okay, and I don't think it's gonna get any brighter than that. Try to add it with my finger. Yep, that's about as bright as it's gonna get. And then we topped it off with Bay and Moon Dust on the brow bone, which we are going to do Royal and Retrograde. Let's grab Royal and Retrograde on the brow bone. All right, and there you have it. This is the look of Huda Beauty and the UCANBE. Give me 1 second while I put on my eyelashes and eyeliner and show you how it looks. All right, guys, well, I'm back. This is the finished look with lashes, with foundation, bronzer, blush, and highlighter, so you can get a better idea how it would look all together. I personally don't think it's that different looking at them from afar. Looking at them close up, the only difference I can tell is probably this one a little shimmerier and this one a little redder. But other than that, I mean, if you're brand new to makeup, if you don't want to spend the big bucks on the Huda Beauty palette, I do recommend the UCANBE palette. Once again, I got it off Amazon. I don't know if you can buy it anywhere else, but I totally recommend it. It performed very well. They were both very blendable. Neither of them had a lot of fallout, and the colors are very similar. I don't want to encourage buying a knockoff, but I want to encourage you guys spending what you can. If you can afford the $65, go for it. If you can only afford $8, go for it. Now you know. Do with it what you wish. I am not mad I own both. May or may not be buying the other one, so we'll see. But thank you for joining. If you liked this, if you found it informative, if you learned something, if it was helpful, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell, hit that like, leave a comment. Is there anything that you want me to review for you? Help me spend my money. So till next time, this has been Just Being Abby. I hope I'm helping you. Just be you. Love you.